wow. I need to start doing this with my channel.
Yeah, it's almost going to be ready here. I think we're ready to go.
Okay. We live?
Yeah. So welcome everyone. John North, myself, Greg Doucette, from the Gladiator Weightlifting League. We thought we'd get together today and we wanted to do this. It's sort of basically, gonna have to shut off here.
Me? Something going on my end?
Yeah. We get it. There we go. I've got it. Want to restart?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
All right. I don't know. Let's just keep going. I got to mute it. That was me.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, some technical difficulties, but anyways, we're going to get this rolling. Yeah, so we wanted to go through the start list, talk a little bit about the lifters. It's quite interesting. We've got 60 lifters going in our first meet. Really quite excited about that. It's going to run starting on January 22nd in North America and actually January 23rd in Australia, because we actually have a lifter in Australia. So basically published some of the sessions. We're looking at 5 sessions. We've tried to book those sessions by time zone, but at the same time, making sure we have competitive sessions. So we might have bumped individuals a time zone or two, just to make sure that they're competing against individuals around the same totals. We really haven't worried about weight classes. It's more time zone and total for competitiveness. So that means the lifter has to bring their best to the table, make sure they're lifting as well as they can, and hit your targets. No jockeying around with people. You got to do your best lift, and then we'll do a consolidation at the end of the day and check out where you finished and assign points.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is great that we're doing this YouTube video too, Greg, to go over all the details, organization, and just get everybody kind of amped up and prepared for this weekend's first competition.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So if you look at session 1 starts at 9 a.m. AST, and what we've done is we've published a little schedule with all the sessions in the various time zones, and mapped the times for everybody. Because as you start to go across multiple time zones, you could have a 15-hour difference between my home and Sydney, Australia. So just to make sure everybody understands when and where they're competing. So the only other thing that will be a little different is I will compete on Thursday night and you will compete on Friday. And these are what we'll call our advanced B sessions, mainly because you and I have a specific role to do on the Saturday, which is actually manage and control and run the event for everybody.
Right. Absolutely. And I want to make it clear too, when Greg lifts tomorrow and when I lift Friday, it'll be on the YouTube channel here live, full clock, right? Full board. Or basically, it's actually going to be a little tougher for us because we'll have a 2-minute clock following ourselves for each attempt. And so you can watch us live as well. And you'll see our numbers on social media as well. We're going to post that as soon as possible. So also the advantage too, us being in the B session, is our competitors, Greg, now know what to beat. So they can plan their opener in their second attempt and their third attempts to pass us, which is exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
come to the mat. It's almost like a B session at nationals, the Olympics, whatever. Right. You'll see the results of the B session and then you go to town.
Absolutely. And this is just us. Me and Greg, we just want, we're so excited about this league. We want to do it too. And we want to compete and be a part of this and score points and win medals and have fun and compete with other people all around the world. And so we kind of niche this out where we can get in a little early and get it done. I will say there might be one hater out there that might naysay that. But if that's the case, so be it. We want to compete and enjoy this league but we also want to be there, of course, all Saturday for
Yeah,
running this competition the best we can. So
exactly. So maybe we'll look at the first group and walk through the first group. So our first group session, we called it the Atlantic time zone. I'm going to start at 9 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time. And again, these are mixed groups too by time zone and competitiveness, men and women together. But our first lifter is Gary Sear, is a master's M50 81 weight class. He's going to entry total of 116, and he comes out of Pickering, Ontario.
nice.
So I don't know Gary that well, but you know, a master's that's coming out from Ontario. And again, it's all about doing an online league for the COVID world where people can't get to a gym, can't get out, and have the ability to lift on Zoom instead of in person. So it's great to see. Connie Di Piero, again, another female 40 masters in the 76 kilo weight class, entry total 145 out of Orleans, Ontario. So nice spread across Canada.
I'm excited to see Gary and Connie compete.
No, it's going to be awesome.
Hello, Gary. Hello, Connie. And the other reason why we're doing this, Greg, I didn't mean to interrupt there. Sorry.
Yep.
Is I'm drinking some coffee. I'm overly excited.
You're jacked.
I am. I'm excited. But, you know, we in the GWL, we want to get to know our athletes, our competitors, if you will. We want to get to know everybody and support everybody and root everybody on. And, you know, we're in this for the whole year. Remember, there's a meet a month. There's 12 competitions per year, and who knows, maybe even more in 2023. So we want to be really interactive with people.
And it's going to be interesting too when you start seeing the leaderboard and who's against who and who's trying to take over the next top position, right? So it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Our next lifter, Taylor McGregor, she's out of my hometown here in Moncton, New Brunswick, Coliseo weightlifting. She's a senior 59. She's opening at 163. A very good lifter, finished third in Canada last year in the senior weight class. So should be really competitive and be looking forward to see her lift. Maybe I'll let you introduce Julie. I know you work a little bit with Julie now.
Team Attitude Nation, Julie Patterson, opening up here. Let me see, it's a little small on my end. 105, just huge progress as of late. She's strong, she's fierce, she's focused, and I'm really excited to see Julie compete. She's awesome. She brings so much energy, and she always lifts with a certain light to her. And so excited for Julie to get out there and get in the Coliseum, Greg.
Yeah, no, excellent. And then Kelsey Green, female 64, 117. Again, doing a lot of work with you lately, John.
Yeah, Kelsey is so strong, and her and Julie just feed off each other. They train together. Excited to see Kelsey, you know, kill some lions in the Coliseum. You know, her and Julie are both ready to get on the competition platform and do some major damage. PRs are there for the taking for them both. I know how hard they work personally. You know, we see it on a weekly basis, and it's always great to see athletes put in the work, go out on competition, and you know, take home that hardware.
Yeah, exactly. Meg Adams, another one of your lifters.
Meg
71.
Just can't wait for Meg. You know, she's new to the sport, Greg. She's only been doing weightlifting now for about 5 months. She's been on Team Attitude Nation, and she just loves to compete, loves to train. Her husband, Paul Adams, is a weightlifter as well. So it's really cool to see the Adams family, if you will, just train in the garage and have so much passion to this sport. Great family, the Adams family, amazing family. So really looking forward to seeing May get out there and get a PR total. She's done a few USAW comps, and she's gonna add to her total here in the GWL.
Excellent. Another lady out of Ontario, Kingston, Ontario, Kaimi.
Yep, Kaimi.
Bernhard.
Yeah, so Kaimi, by the way, I just got to say, freak athlete. You know, she moves like a cheetah, and she trains hard, just like everybody on here. She trains so hard, and she is due for a big time competition PR and snatch clean jerk PR across the board. She's actually the fiance of Dylan from Bresh Crew podcast, who I also do the movie review podcast with Dean Sidoris from Caffeine and Kilos. So really cool connection there. She's out in Canada, and Kaomi's ready to rock and roll. So
cool. Shell Brown, another senior female lifter, 81, 140 kg total, and she's coming up at Canal, Winchester, Ohio. So a new person to the event. Should be very interesting.
Perfect. All right, let's go.
Last one, I'll let you talk about Sherry.
Sherry, probably one of the most inspirational athletes I've ever been around. Sherry is a strongman competitor. She is a weightlifter. She is a professional referee for football. She is high up in her field in the oil industry. She is just an absolute go-getter on and off the platform, a true warrior of iron, if you will. It's a privilege to know Sherry, to have Sherry as an athlete. And there's no BS with Sherry. You know, she attacks. She sets a goal. She gets after it. I'm excited to see her compete.
I believe silver medal at the Masters Worlds last year as well.
High level Masters athlete. Yes. And, you know, Greg, really quick too, it's really great to see a lot of high level athletes come over to the GWL and compete and rack up points. Because let me tell you something too. Is this a fun league? Absolutely. But there's a lot of athletes here that are gunning for this world title at the end of the year. So it'll be good to see.
Excellent. So that's our first session. Pretty good, anywhere from 106 all the way up to a 163. And so that should be a nice competitive session. Our second session, we'll call it the Eastern Time Zone. And this is the session where you're going to get a few more masters involved. Some really good lifting here as well. The first one is Robert O'Day. Robert comes to us from Stafford, VA. So I think that's Virginia. I think I get the U.S. titles right. He's a Masters 55-89, so he's coming after me. He's going to open up at 170.
That good battle here.
Yeah, he's also been texting me, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah,
and that's the other thing. Yeah, Robert, welcome to the GWL, and you know we hope that you guys do a meet every month. You know, get involved with the GWL, rack up your points, qualify for the World Championships at the end in November, December, and be a part of this. Not saying you can't do USAW comps or so be it, but we just want to get you guys involved. But it's going to be also great, Greg, to watch these battles, you know, between people, and it's just going to be exciting.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
So then this guy is,
and then it's myself. So again, just to let Robert know, I'll post my number on Thursday so you can go after it. But and my 163 might be a little low, but we'll see. Should be a good day.
Well, and that's why I mentioned, Greg, that we are going to post our numbers all over the place the second we're done competing, so everybody knows we've hit. It'll be on the YouTube live, and you know that's going to be something that you know will be good. Really quick, Greg, I kind of want to interrupt before we move on to Eric. As far as weigh-ins, I've had a few questions on that. When they step on a scale and weigh themselves and take a picture of themselves on the scale, obviously wearing a singlet or underwear, of course, pants, shorts, whatever it may be. Talk a little bit about the process there.
Yeah, so just looking for everybody to take a video of themselves stepping on the scale, zeroed in, so we know your scale's accurate with a 5 kg plate. Get on the scale, you know, wear your singlet, because I don't want to see videos of people in their skivvies or anything. So just wear your singlet. We're giving you a 0.3 kg weight allowance for your singlet. So for instance, if you're 89, you could weigh with your singlet on 89.3 and you're good to go. Then send that video. I sent out a link. You can upload it to Google Drive, or if you're having trouble accessing the Google Drive, just send it to me on Messenger, and do that weigh in the day before your competition, and we're good to go.
Man, all right. Let's go. Okay. Eric. I never know how to spell. He's my athlete, Attitude Nation. I never know how to say his last name. Ebuin. Look, 17-year-old kid. Fire. Think about, you know, the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks. Remember when he makes fire for the first time and he's running around on the beach yelling fire? Think about that fire and then taking 5 gallons of, actually more like 100 gallons of gas.
This might be Kilo Pino. It says born in 72.
Oh, I'm sorry. This
Yeah.
is Filipino.
Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say he's pretty young for 72, but yeah.
17 years old. On the team we call Eric Kilo Pino. He's a doctor. We call him Kilo Pino. So I always forget the Kilo Pino's name is actually Eric. So
Yeah.
I apologize, Eric. Professional doctor. That's not the correct term. A doctor, a dentist, a greatest guy in the world, the heart of gold, great teammate, great athlete, fierce competitor. He loves weightlifting, and I just cannot wait to see him go out there and lift big weight. He's a guy. Eric Kilo Pino's a guy that's just I just love who he is. He lights up a whole room, and when he competes and when he lifts weights, everybody gets inspired. So I'm excited for Kilo Pino to lift.
And out of Tampa, Florida. So really interesting. Next one we have is a gentleman called Eugene Manuel, comes from about an hour up the road from where I live in the Miramichi, New Brunswick. And he's a master's lifter at 81, but he's got a total of 193. The guy is strong. And I think you're going to see some good things from him this year. He's a potential medalist at the Worlds. He's a really strong lifter.
Wow, 193 total for Eugene.
Yeah, it's amazing. Dave Darcineau, you've interviewed Dave on our Masters with Attitude.
Dave.
Dave's coming on Masters 50-89 opening. He's got a 180 total. And Dave is out of St. Catharines, Ontario. So again, another person out of Ontario. It's kind of great.
Yeah.
Brandon Hobbs, I don't know, out of the US, Wyoming, Michigan, I think it is. And he's a Masters 40, hitting 67 kilos, and he's opening with a 180. So that's a big bloody number. So for a 67. So we got to, yeah.
Get ready for the Coliseum.
I'll let you talk about the Romanian Attila Tasnadi. I call him the Tasmanian Romanian, but anyways, we'll let you talk about him.
Well, look, when me and Attila meet in person, we're going to have a lot of Guinnesses together. So in our Zoom training, every time Attila hits a big lift, a PR, and he's just getting after it, I say that right there is another Guinness. I don't know what it is. I always feel like just sitting down at like an old pub and having a Guinness with Attila. He's just that kind of guy. He's a guy that trains really hard. He's got thick skin. He reminds me of like a Chikashev. He just moves, with great speed, but also great fluidity. But he's a rough lifter. It kind of reminds me of Donnie. He gets after it. He really attacks the bar, very strong. And so I always just picture us training all day together and then going down to a little pub and having a cold Guinness together. I don't know what it is. So very excited to see Attila compete.
Yeah, looking at a 200 total. Then we move down to a gentleman named Ken Smith, an M3573 with a 200 total, again out of Angus, Ontario.
Wow, 73, 200.
Yeah. So we like I said, I was quite impressed with the lineup that's here, boys. So some competitive numbers here. Wow. Remy Cormier, a CrossFitter that came over locally to Colosio weightlifting. He's an M3581. He's got a 210 total. Making big strides lately in the local weightlifting. And I think you're going to see him very, very strong. This year's his first year in the Masters. So I think we'll see good things out of him.
210 for Remy.
Yep. Yep. And I'll let you go with Bud.
Bud Pierce, are you not entertained? Bud Pierce is the definition of a gladiator. He lifts like a gladiator. He attacks the bar like a gladiator. His attitude is of a gladiator. Bud Pierce is Maximus in the movie Gladiator. I mean, Bud Pierce brings the energy, the excitement, the grit and grind. He pushes his teammates. He is a strong-willed man. And nobody understands hard work like Bud. And so get ready for Bud on the YouTube at the competition, because he's going to bring the heat. And
coming out of Georgia, right?
Yeah. He's got the thick accent. He has a lot of passion. So get ready for Bud Pierce, baby.
Okay. And then the last person to round out the session would be Clark Lawson. It's a junior male, 73 with a 185 out of Richmond, Kentucky.
All right, Clark.
Big number.
Clark Lawson. Yeah, look forward to Just seeing you lift. Robert, Greg, Eric, Eugene, David, Brandon, Attila, Ken, Remy, Bud, and Clark. Yeah.
Yeah, another good session.
Yeah.
So that moves us into our third session. We'll call it the Central Time Zone session. And we've got another Masters coming at us that we did on Masters with Attitude, Juan Saveda.
Wow. Yeah.
Juan, like we're talking to Masters at 70 years old, 96, who's jumping on. He's going to have a total of 150 out of Dallas, Georgia, I believe it is. So I'm really looking forward. I've been working with Juan this week on getting Zoom installed and this kind of stuff. So great competitor.
Yes, I'm so excited to see Juan compete and lift. I'm a big fan, and I love the fact that he's competing this weekend.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then you've got Stephen Powell.
Look, Stephen Powell is hands down the most famous weightlifter in the world. You know, everyone knows Stephen Powell. I don't even need to give him an introduction. You know, he's been lifting since I think he started lifting in the early 70s.
Yeah.
He's been a part of some of the greatest teams. He's had some of the most recognizable weightlifting coaches. His resume is so long; it's a scroll. But you see a guy like Stephen Powell who has this amazing resume. He's been in the game for decades, but he's just the sweetest and nicest guy you'll ever meet. And you know, it's really great to see. You know, he works hard, he trains hard, he loves weightlifting. He's obviously so talented. I mean, look, he's 178 total, you know, men's 60 plus. But he's a guy that will rip his shirt off for you if you need it. You know, he's just the nicest guy. He's probably the nicest guy I've ever met. So big shout out to Steven. I can't wait to see him compete.
Yeah, awesome. Andrea Downing.
Yeah, Andrea is a star that is burning and shooting and gaining speed, and she is somebody to follow and keep an eye on closely. She is a up and coming athlete in this sport that is going to do major damage in the sport of weightlifting all around GWL and in you know USAW / internationally as well. So huge progress, big time lifter, very strong, fierce, focused. You know, kind of reminds me like the female version of Donnie Schenkel, just head down and just puts the work in. I'll call it right now. There's a very high chance that Andrea could win this entire league this year. She could become GWL world champion. It could happen, and I think there's a chance that she'll be definitely battling for the gold toward the end of the year.
Oh, excellent. The next gentleman, Thorne Galt, M4596. He's out of Cornwall, Ontario. So we're starting to get into some big hitters. He's going to throw a 233 total at us. And he's a big boy. I've watched him lift before, competed in the worlds as well. So really good to see some guys coming out of the woodwork in Ontario.
Yeah. Wow. Big total.
Yeah, exactly. Lionel, I think it's Lionel Biso. Very interesting, coming to us out of Argentina.
Wow.
Jumped right on. Argentina is actually the same time zone I'm in, believe it or not. It's kind of interesting. But he's coming to us out of Argentina. He's an M40 102, and he's going to open at 180. So really keyed up and good to go.
Nice. Thank you so much, Lionel.
Bradley Haas, M3581, coming to us from Crown Point, that's Indiana, right? 210 total. So
210, solid. Bradley, thanks for being a part of this league.
Yeah, looking forward to get to know him. Danielle Cambron, again, M3581 with a 185, coming out of Vestiva AL. So AL is what? Alaska, right?
Right. No? And I want to say something. Oh, I don't know. It's a good question.
I have to look that up.
Atlanta?
No? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what state. I'm not from the US, John.
I should know this. Yeah, let's not forget. I've talked
Alabama, maybe. There you go.
You know, people are there's some people that are nervous. But I just want to make a quick pep talk to everybody. Don't forget to have fun. Now that might sound corny, but don't forget to have fun. That's really all I want to say.
Yeah, exactly. And then we get into a bunch of your athletes again. Paul Adams, his wife's up top, Meg Adams.
Yep, the Adams family, love him to death. Thank you, Paul, for your service in the military. He's a military man, beautiful family, and he is a fierce weightlifter. He lifts pissed off. I'll just be honest. He gets in the zone mentally and he attacks the barbell. He's made a lot of progress. So, Paul, I look forward to seeing you compete, brother. We got Aaron Denny. Aaron's a guy out of Florida. We were out there at Masters Pan Ams together, and that Aaron's my sidekick partner in crime, where we maxed out for what was it, like 8 days straight. And Aaron actually PR'd at the very end of the last session.
Yeah, 225 at 81. Nice numbers.
Yeah, very good lifter. He's hardened. He knows how to train hard. He's a great guy, and excited to see Aaron go out there and kick some ass, to be honest. So, Damon, new in the sport of weightlifting, came over from CrossFit and has completely been bitten by the bug of weightlifting. I was actually just coaching him this morning on Zoom. Bit by the bug and just loves the sport. And I love seeing Greg, just people get involved in the sport and just fall in love with it. Not just the actual 2 lifts, but the teams, the competitions, the travel, the meets, everything about it. The YouTube videos, the weightlifting house interviews, all of that. It's a whole world. And Damon is in that world. So I look forward to seeing you compete, Damon. You're a great guy. Will Hawkinson, 210 total, coming with a big 200 plus total. In your face. He is nothing but passion and energy. He trains hard. He's overcome a broken elbow. I don't think it was broken. It was strained, and got back on the PVC pipe, then the bar, and now he's hitting all-time PRs. Will's a guy that really brings the heat and trains hard, and I'm excited for him to hit something big.
Yeah, great recovery comeback for sure.
Yeah, great story with Will Hawkinson. Aaron Torres, here's a guy that very strong with that 215 total coming in as a 109. And he's just getting warmed up. He's coming off an injury as well. He's a guy, he's been through a lot the past year, and he's a guy that just keeps clawing, keeps scratching, keeps fighting, keeps getting back up like Rocky. And we all respect him for it. Big time lifter. He'll be hitting a 300 total by the end of the year or more. I'll make that prediction right now. But keep an eye out for Aaron Torres, big time lifter.
Yeah, so that sort of rounds out session 3. Some starting to get into some pretty heavy lifting. Session 4, going to blow you away with some of the numbers in here. But basically our mountain time zone, we're calling it. We've got Eric Chevrier. It's coming to some Masters 50, 109 out of St. Leonard, near Montreal, Quebec. 217 total. So it'll be interesting to see Eric. Good to see some of the guys from Montreal getting in. They've been hit hard with shutdowns as well. Joe Sennett, coming to us out of Oro Valley, Arizona.
Yeah, the legend.
Yeah, another M50 109 opening at 215. So.
Yeah, and Joe's a legend in the game. He's been around a long time. He's very knowledgeable. He's got a great resume. He's a great coach. He's a great athlete. And I cannot wait to see and to watch and to root on Joe compete in the GWL on Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Sacha Amadi, another local lifter. He's actually originally from Montreal. He's an M45 102, second in the world last year. You're going to be excited to see this guy lift. He's going to start with a 255. And what's interesting, John, is last year he set a target. He hit a senior qualifying total in the 102s in Canada in his 4th decade of lifting. Yeah. So, yeah, he competed at the World's Masters and finished second, lost by 1 kg, and finished, I think, 5 or 6 in the senior Canadians. So quite a lifter, a long history.
Absolutely. Another GOAT in the game. We have some GOATs in here. We have some legends in here. And I mean, and Sasha's one of them, coming in with a 255 total. Joe coming in with the 215. We have Stephen Powell. I mean, Juan. I mean, we have some cats in here that, it's cool too, Greg, to see people come over to the GWL from a long history of the normal federation,
Yeah.
USAW and or whatever federation that is in your country. So really cool to see.
Yeah, it's great to get new people out, people that have been around, coming out to experience something different, right? And lifting that way. Then you're going to move right into Brian, another one of your dogs.
Yeah, Brian Neich, weightlifting talk host. I also Bible study podcast that we do every morning. A brother of mine, just fantastic human, love him to death. Trains hard, as you can see there, 240 total, strong lifter, only getting stronger. Excited to see Brian go out there and show the world how he works. So excited for Brian Neich.
Yeah. Then we're moving on. Matt Ware, Matt M4096 at a 223, Portland, Oregon.
Chef Matt. He's an elite chef. I don't know the proper term on that, but I'm spacing the word actually, not elite, but
Iron Chef. There you go.
Iron Chef. There you go. But yeah, Chef Matt out of Portland, Oregon. Just an amazing weightlifter. I actually met Chef Matt at a powerhouse gym in Portland, and he was just doing some deadlifts, or I think he was doing a CrossFit workout actually. And we just started talking, and he left CrossFit, came over to weightlifting. We became friends. He joined the team. This was like, Matt? This was, almost 3 years ago now. 2.5, 3 years. Wow. And now look at him. He's hitting big weights, and excited to see him compete tomorrow.
No, it's going to be great. Stuart Young, somebody new to us, M3596, going to open with a 255 out of Lawrence, Kansas City. I think that's right, Kansas. But yeah, that interesting to meet Stuart. Some pretty big numbers there.
Yeah, Stuart, thanks for jumping on, man. Excited to see you in the Coliseum.
Yeah, Levi Nielsen, coming senior male 81 at 220, Spanish Forks, Utah. So another guy jumping on that's going to throw some weights overhead.
Nice.
Joey Payne, senior male 81, 185 total, coming out of West Richland. I think that's Washington. So another guy is, so it's great to have coast to coast here.
Yeah, you're seeing people from all over the country, all over the world. And it's great to see too, a lot of athletes that are in these real shutdown states in the country, Washington, California, to say, hey, I'm going to go out in the garage and I'm going to do this league.
Yeah. And that's the whole idea, right? You lift wherever you have weights. Look at what Brian Neich is going to do. He's got his platform set up in his backyard in Texas.
Right.
Yeah, great. Scott Schuster, another one of your athletes.
Yeah, Scott is an elite high level athlete. He's knocking on the door to podiums at national meets here in the United States with USAW. He'll be national champion, American champion, and Arnold champion within the next year to 2 years. High level athlete, extremely explosive. And the scary thing is that he's just getting warmed up. I mean, look, he's an 89. He's doing 255 right now, and he's just getting warmed up. This guy is fearless. He's an animal. And just like Scott, just like Andrea, there's some people in here that are out for blood. I know this is a fun league, but there's athletes here that want to win this whole title at the end of the year.
Yeah, wasn't he doing like a tempo clean and jerk the other day, 5-second tempo clean and jerk at about 150?
At 150.
Gee.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy. And then your old buddy Kevin Cornell.
Yeah, holy smoking biscuits. A legend, Kevin Cornell, from the California Strength and Muscle Driver boom days. Everyone knows Kevin. Such a huge impact in the sport of weightlifting. Anywhere you go in the world of weightlifting, Kevin Cornell for what he's done for this sport back in the day, the energy, the personality, obviously the resume, and what he's done for this sport under Coach Glenn Penlay, Dave Spitz. Just really excited to having Kevin Cornell join the GWL. As you could see, 270 total. That's probably even a little low. He's probably slow playing it. He'll probably go 300 plus, in my opinion. But just been in the game a long time. Great guy, great man, great friend, great past teammate, and pretty cool to see a boom boy a boom athlete from the Cal Strength Boom days here with the GWL.
Yeah, that's neat. And then you got Eric, your junior N89
Yeah,
at 180.
this is the guy I was talking about early.
California.
Yeah, the best way to explain Eric, 17 years old. He's knocking on the door for a 200 total, which he did, by the way, total. He totaled 205 2 weeks ago at a local meet. So now he's past 200 on the total. So he's being pretty conservative with the entry there. But it was like Tom Hanks in Castaway, big fire. And just think about taking that fire and putting 100 gallons of gasoline on it. That's the fire that burns in Eric. This kid, this young man wants it.
Mm.
He wants it. So keep an eye out for Eric for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And then ending off with Brian Pyrone. I believe he's working out and coaching with Kevin. M45 109, and he's going to bring a 250 to the platform out of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and he's the gym owner out there where Kevin Cornell trains. Really cool to see Brian, jump on here and say, "Hey, I want to be a part of this." So it's really cool.
Yeah, and like I said, got a mixture of weight classes there, John, but the totals are amazing, and the competitiveness coming out of that session is going to be huge.
Yeah.
All right, then we move on to our last session out of the Pacific session or Australian zone. And this is where we have our first Australian lifter, Matt Meadows. Matt's been really jumped on really quick out of New South Wales. It's an M45-96 coming with a 210. He's been texting, sending videos and everything. So I think he's really excited. And we'll get this going. He's going to be lifting at 8 a.m. Australian time, which is probably around 1 or 2 in the afternoon Pacific time. So really interesting how the time zones are working out for lifters. Being located in the Maritimes where I am is sort of the central time zone. So everything can work either way, earlier in the morning or later in the afternoon. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, great to have Matt on from Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, Matt. Looking forward to seeing you compete, and especially Australia. I mean, gosh, for what's going on there with the lockdowns. I mean, really cool to see Matt to say, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to train my ass off, and I'm going to compete. Most likely, probably in his garage, right?"
Yeah, no, I look at his videos. He's got the garage going there, full tilt, almost like a Cornell George garage, right? So, yeah, really cool. And that brings us to Cornell.
Yeah, Cornell George, as you can see there, a 280 total, which he probably will hit 300 total or more. He's in great shape right now. He's a host on Weightlifting Talk with me. Team captain of Attitude Nation, great leader, great coach, great athlete, great man. And he's a guy that just knows how to train hard, loves the sport of weightlifting. He's a heavy hitter. And another guy that's not only doing this for fun, of course, like we all are, but he's another guy that wants to win this league. He wants to become the champ at the end of the year. So he's out for blood. He's going to do all the meets. He just signed up for February as well. And so excited to see him compete.
Yeah, cool. Moving on, Corey Ebert, another pretty strong lifter out of Illinois.
Yeah, look at Corey here, 248 total, 81. Corey's no joke. He's a cheetah. He's an absolute cheetah. He's probably, if Usain Bolt was an athlete, if Usain Bolt was a weightlifter, he'd be Corey. Corey is a phenomenal athlete. I always tell him he's gifted by God. Yes, he trains hard, but he's also gifted. But he just loves the sport. Great man, great family man. Love him to death, and excited to see Corey compete.
Oh, excellent. Another new lifter to us, Zach Hartley. I think a friend of the Adams family, but he's coming to us with a senior M89 at 160, a new lifter out of Hawaii. Anytime you need me to go there to set up a tournament, let me know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I was just in Hawaii just a few months ago, and it's pretty tough there too with shutdowns and lockdowns. So to see Zach say, "Hey, I'm going to jump in the garage," or, maybe sneak into a corner of a gym and hit this league, it's cool to see.
Yeah, exactly. Jake Ritz, senior M96 at 245, coming from Richmond, Kentucky, I believe.
Hey, Jake.
So another new guy interested to get to know.
Yeah, 245, solid total. Awesome. He's not too far from me. Yeah, excited to see Jake compete.
Not sure who the next guy is there. Some John North guy.
Yeah, I don't like the way this guy slams bars. He does too much yelling, so not a huge fan. No, I'm just kidding. Excited to compete. Like I said, we had some pretty in-depth conversations, Greg, about how we can compete in this league while running this league, and I believe that our plan to do it, pretty much the day before, is awesome. Because we can run this league, we can push others, get people all around the world to compete, but we also can jump in with the fun and
Oh
be a
yeah.
part of the crew. So I'm very excited to compete. I won't lie, it's been a while since I've competed. So I'm just ready to put the singlet on, weigh in, and go to battle.
No, it'd be fun to see. Matthew Alligood, senior male 102 at 270, coming out of Georgia. Another new lifter signed up. Be very interesting to see what's going on there too. Welcome, Matthew.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, Matthew.
And then back to one of your lifters, Cody.
Yeah, Cody Gergen, weightlifting talk host. Been on Team Attitude Nation for the past, what was it now, about 2.5 years. Just great guy, very strong, great athlete, heart of gold. And this Cody, watch out for Cody, as you can see, 275 is a conservative entry total. Look for Cody at the end of the year, gunning for the trophy as well. Excited to have Cody jump on here.
Excellent. I'm not sure how to say this, but I think it's Tina Woodby. She's a female 55, opening at 105, coming out of Florida. So I've had some chats back and forth with her, and she explained to me what the panhandle was and the time zones around the panhandle. I didn't have any idea. So, but yeah, she doesn't like the cold weather, and she can't see how we lift up here in minus 32 degrees.
Yeah.
but yeah, very, very interesting to meet her, and good luck.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Penny Clark, another one for you.
Yeah. Penny makes my heart so happy that she's competing on Saturday. I love Penny to death, and she has a heart of gold, and she's been through a lot lately. I'll just put it that way. And we're all here for her. We all love Penny, and to see Penny, put the singlet on, walk out to the Coliseum, and battle the barbell and have some fun. I'm very, very, very happy to see Penny doing this meet on Saturday. I'm very happy to have her in the GWL. So I'm very excited for Penny.
Oh, excellent. And then I got Diane Yarbara.
Yeah, Diane, just a leader of the team, just like if there was a team captain, it would be, Diane, as far as, especially on the female side, just an absolute superstar, trains hard, competes hard. She's fierce. She's one of these athletes in competitions that she goes silent, but she puts it out there on the platform and she lets the lifting do the talking. So very happy that Diane's competing. Looking forward to her kicking ass and taking names. I mean, look, 108 total. Again, that's pretty conservative, and I think she's going to do some major damage in this league.
Oh, excellent. And then it brings us to our last competitor, Michael Lundgatis, out of Wisconsin, senior male at greater than 109, 288 total.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be a really interesting lifter. I think he works a bit with Cody. So it'll be interesting to see how he makes out.
Well, you look at Michael, you look at Cornell, you look at Cody, throw me in there. There's some heavy hitters here. You throw Brian in there from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, there's like I said, the sessions when I did these up and the entry totals, I was like, wow, we've got some big lifters coming. It should be really exciting, and I'm looking forward to calling the day of the meet.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. Look at Matthew, 270. Holy smokes. I mean, really exciting. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. So that's sort of the start list, John. Like I said, I'm gonna get the weigh-ins on Friday. I'll enter everything into the computerized system and then republish the start list with the opening lifts so everybody sees. And then we'll be ready to rock and roll on Saturday.
Absolutely. And they all received the email, correct?
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. And then really quick, just a reminder, all the winners of each division and each class gets a free Element 26 belt. And so we will do a video after the competition explaining how that works, getting everybody's email address and sending those out. And with the medals as well. We have the medals posted on the Instagram account.
Yeah, they look great. Great job, Jess. She did an awesome job getting those done and the logos and stuff. And yeah, Element 26, what a great sponsor to step up. Like, and like I said, a fledgling league looking at what we're trying to accomplish here, and great sponsor, and wow, what an offer.
Yeah, really awesome. So
all right, John. Well, we'll let you go. We're going to sign off tonight, and looking forward to everybody tuning in live 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time.
okay.
And we'll be live on this channel.
What is that? My time 9.
That's Central, so that's 7 a.m. Central for you. And if everybody wants to get up early out in the West Coast to watch, no problem.
Of course we will. I'll be locked and loaded in at 6:30 as you're getting warmed up. So everybody get back on here on the YouTube channel, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and let's root Greg on as he competes. The first athlete of the GWL, which I think is very fitting for your vision here. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you. That should be fun. I'm keyed up, looking forward to it. Going to challenge myself for sure.
And I will be lifting at 9:00 a.m. Actually, hold on. Let me take that back. I will be lifting at 10:00 a.m. Central Time on Friday.
Excellent.
So we'll post that though on the Instagram account for people to watch.
Okay, great. Well, we'll sign off and we'll see everybody on Saturday.
We'll see you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I gotta shut this off somehow, John.
Yeah, that was great.
Zoom. Where's my Zoom? Let me just start closing things. Stop sharing. There we go. I found it. Buttons everywhere.